Hello, everybody. It's Rusty Champaign here with you. We're back once again in the wonderful world of Coastal Kitchen Simulator. Now, at the end of our last episode, we got ourselves into the wonderful world of lobster, and it created some chaos because we had to try and figure out exactly what the heck we needed to do with the lobster. And we also got ourselves into the wonderful world of broth as well because we had our one dish, the lobster thermidor, that made us get into the world of making dishes with broth and how exactly we go about that entire thing. And it was a bit of a challenge just because we didn't know what order things needed to happen in. But we figured it out, and eventually everything was good. And we're at the point now where we only have 4 dishes left, and they're all going to be broth dishes. So it's going to start getting crazy with what we've got left. So we're going to do probably, and what level are we? We're level 14. So we've probably got like 2 episodes left, I think, at this point. What we're going to do is in this episode, we're going to introduce 2 new dishes. We're going to introduce the salmon with mustard. We're going to introduce the lobster soup. Going to probably run a day because that's going to probably be all we're going to be able to get through because there's going to be a lot of prep that's going to be involved with all this. And then in our episode after that, we will get into the shrimp soup and the crab soup because that is the only ingredient we have left to unlock right now is crab. That's it. Everything else is available to us at this point in time. So we're good to go with everything there is. Now the good thing is that with it still being the end of the day, there were a bunch of eagle-eyed people in the comments that realized that I made a small boo-boo, but it was a correctable one because the day is still not over. I've got shrimp in the oven. So we can go ahead, pull the shrimp out of the oven, put it onto this tray, and then put the tray back in the fridge. So thank you all for reminding me that I left shrimp in the oven. That was very nice of you, but thankfully our save happened before you save the game anytime you want, and we saved it at the end of the day. So we saved the shrimp. Again, thanks to all of you for that. So now that we've saved the shrimp, we're now going to go ahead and end the day. So let's get in. End the day. Here we go. The penultimate day of our restaurant. We're going to go in here. We're going to unlock the next 2 dishes. So let's go here to our recipes. Going to unlock the salmon with mustard. Going to unlock the lobster soup. And then we're going to start trying to set up everything the way that we're going to need it because it's going to be a lot. So the salmon with mustard appears to need grilled salmon because it references the grill. So I'm guessing we're going to have salmon that's grilled. So we're going to have grilled salmon in a couple places. We're going to have all of our time back by our lobster area there. So we're going to be cooking dishes and preparing dishes from here and also from here. Oh my gosh, we have a salesperson. What do they want to give us? We got plenty of cash, so hi. What would you like to give us? Another lobster thermidor. So many lobster thermidor paintings. Sure, for $500? Yeah, we'll take another one. Why not? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So, yeah, we'll do that. I mean, this is the 3rd one I've got, so why not? Is there another wall I can put it on? We'll put it right there. We'll put it right in the middle of these 3 booths. Just give the people at booth 10 their own giant lobster thermidor sign that goes with their lobster thermidor sign that's over there, which also goes with our lobster thermidor sign that's over there. Apparently, the only artists in town, all the artists, and it may only be the only artist in town, but that artist only knows how to make pictures of lobster thermidor. That's what I'm gathering here. That seems to be the backstory. It's the lobster thermidor artist. That or we keep on buying prints of the same picture and we're getting fleeced. I don't know. One or the other is true. It's hard to say. Okay, so let's get into the prep and let's see what all we're going to need to do because there's going to be a lot of prep involved with all this and we are ready for it. So here's the grilled salmon that is going to be for our dishes here. For basically our grilled toast. That's what we need that for. We've also got roasted salmon here. We got a raw salmon that's just for our crudos and our salmon slices. Got all of our parsley that's over here. We might need some parsley for the back as well. I've got to take a look and see what all we need for the back because that's I just want to make sure that I have everything back there prepped as well. Now we got a bunch of stuff that's back here too. So we've got our sliced bread, which can go just right over here because it does not get used for any dishes back there. So we'll take that, set that there. We've also got our radishes that only get used for dishes over here. So we're just going to take that, kind of set that up here-ish. That'll work. Get rid of that ingredient container because we don't need it. And then everything else, I believe, is going to be for, oh, we got even more lemons over here. And I don't know if we had any lemons for any of our dishes back there. We will check again just to make sure that we have everything the way that we need it. Now, the parm for sure is a back here dish. And the parm, again, back here. So that we do nothing with parm on any of our dishes that are like our original salmon dishes or anything like that. Thyme is a back here thing as well. And the broth is absolutely a back here thing. So we've got that all here. Now let's take a look at what we have for our dishes back here at our back station, as we're calling it. So we've got all of these are for our back station. So lobster broth, I do need some parsley for back there. I do need some lemon for back there. So let's get some parsley and let's get some lemon and also put it in our back station. So we're going to take some parsley, put it at our back station. Go ahead and take some lemon, put it at our back station as well. So we've got thyme, parm, lemon, parsley, broth, eventually lobster, because we do have to get the lobster going. So let's check that out. So back here, other stuff that we need. Oh, we're also going to need, so we've got all that. We've got the thyme. We need grilled salmon, so we're going to have to get some grilled salmon going, and that's it. So that's all we got. And then we're going to eventually have roasted shrimp back there as well, because the shrimp is always roasted. But we're good with everything else. So now we got to get some broth going. So let's get, I think we're going to need 4 boxes of broth. So let's start with that. So 4 boxes of broth, which will give us 12 broth total. We're going to need, I'm going to get 5 boxes of lobster. So let's start with that. And just get all of our prep back there done. And then we'll start working on our other prep. Because I can't, I've got only so much that I can do at a time. So let's start with this. Throw all of our lobster into our pot here. Going to have a giant lobster pot, giant lobster boil going on. So that's just going to go there. Okay. And then there's nothing in there. So all the lobster into the pool. Just like that. Quality pivots. More quality pivots. Get in there. Can't run. One more. Okay. Turn that on. All right. So that's going to give us a bunch of lobster. I still have to cut all that lobster up. But we'll do that here in a second. So get rid of all these boxes. And our prep cook, unfortunately, does nothing with the lobster. He's apparently anti-lobster, so he's not going to help me out with this. This is a me thing and only a me thing. I thought I had some more back here, and I don't. Well, I've got one more in the box. That's right, because I didn't cook this one up because I didn't need to. That's right. And now I remember. So I had one left that I didn't need, and so I did not cook it. All right, so now we're going to just take all of our lobster, again, cut it up because the prep cook won't do this. For whatever reason, they're just not a fan. And you can't take the uncut lobster and put it on a tray. Like if we grab a tray here and try to put uncut lobster on it, they'll be like, oh wait, hold the phone. Oh, hold the phone. Will he do anything with it? No, he won't. He still just looks at it. So, okay. So I could take boiled lobster and put it on the tray, but why? Because as far as I know, it's always sliced and boiled. I don't know. Maybe for one of these other dishes, we just put a boiled lobster on there and it's not sliced. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm taking everything I've got and I'm going to slice it. Because I think it's all got to be sliced. We shall soon find out. So there's all that. And now we got to make our broth. Oh, and I've got to also make my last lobster, so let's throw that in there. Then we're going to grab our broth while that's going on. Get all that brought in. Like I said, there gets to be a lot of prep at this point. It turns into a massive prep fest, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just you're going to have a good... I mean, we're like 10 minutes in, and we're still in prep at this point. There's just a lot to do. It's like food. It's like fast food simulator all over again, except we're doing it with. Oh, I got a lobster in there. It's like fast food simulator all over again, except now we're doing it with seafood. That's basically where we are. Okay, now all the broth into the pool. Actually, the broth is creating the pool, so there we go. Giant pool of broth, and that will give me 12 broth, which will hopefully be enough for all the things we need to do. I can only hope. All right, so there's that. So now the only other thing I need back here, I need some grilled salmon for back there. I'm going to need some roasted salmon for here, so I'm going to get a couple of salmon. I'm going to get one thing of radishes, so we're going to get 2 salmon, 1 radish. So 2 salmon, 1 radish. One of the salmon is going to be for our salmon dishes that are going to be at the back station. One is going to be for our roasted salmon, which is going to be here. And then we'll have our radishes that are going to be for here as well. So I think I can take all of this and put it all here. And that will work. So radishes, good. And then, yeah, we'll have our roasted. We'll take that roasted up. So that's going to go into our roaster, just like that. And we will not forget this. We will leave that. This will go onto our grill. So open that up, drop that on there, start that, and off we go. So that is there. That's for all of our roasted salmon dishes. And then I could get one more thing. Yeah, let's do one more just in case. One more set of salmon. Let's do that. Again, we don't pay for shipping, so we can order piecemeal and it doesn't hurt us to do it like that. I mean, is it the most efficient thing? No. Am I the most efficient person? No. So it's fine. It's fine. So we're going to take this and drop it right there because he's putting, get out of my way, dude. Again, stop standing on top of me. It's the old police song. Don't stand so close to me. Your teacher, the subject. Nope, wrong place. That's going there. And then starting up. All right. So that is there. That is there. That is there. And then all of my, nope. Oh, yeah, it was the grilled. So that'll go on there. All right. So we've got grilled salmon. We've got the lobster. We've got, all of my broth. So I gotta take all my broth, put it on here because this can hold 12 broth. Quality pivots. So quality. There's that. So back here, we've got thyme, cheese, parsley, lemon, lobster, salmon, broth. And up here, I think we've got everything else we need. I think we are good to go ahead, open the place up, and see what chaos ensues. Again, this is going to be the only day we run. We're just going to go with this. We're going to see what happens. So it will hopefully all work out fine. Let's find out. Day 11. The restaurant is open for your convenience. I checked before we got into the day. So, yeah, we're on day 11. So there will be a day 11 and a day 12. It'll be like the 12 days of Christmas, except it'll be the 12 days of the Coastal Kitchen Restaurant. So, yeah, we'll see day 11 here. And then in our next episode, until the game has an update, we will have day 12, where we will have the last of our menu recipes. And we will then wait for future updates to the game after that point in time, assuming they have any. We shall see. So now it's the calm before the storm. Gives me a chance to get some water. Wait for the chaos and see what it's going to be like when we have... how many menu items do we have now? Is it 9? Is that where we are now? 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Or is it even more than that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 10. 10 items, counting with Rusty. What could possibly go wrong? We're serving 10 different things. I'm the only one prepping all of it. It'll be great. I'm sure we'll have no problems at all. I'm sure it will be absolutely madness. All right, so lobster with herb, lobster thermidor, which are both back here. So lobster with herb is that and parm. I've got to remember all these because it's been a little bit. Lemon and thyme. That can go there. And then we've got, this is the lobster with the broth on it. Parm and parsley. Okay. So far, so good. 1 table down. 2 lobster already finished. We got a salmon crudo coming up right behind it. Thankfully, a nice, easy table. We'll probably have about 20 tables today, I'm thinking. So here's the salmon crudo. Not the whole thing. You silly, silly person. You've done this so many times. Then next we're going to have a salmon with mustard. It's amazing because we didn't actually make any mustard. All we did was broth. But somehow it's turned into mustard. We somehow took the mustard and magically turned it into broth. I have no idea how we did that. So there. So these are going to be all on my salmon plates, assuming I can get them all over there. There's my soup. It's amazing how that happens. So the salmon is salmon with broth and parsley. So that's going to be my broth. We're going to need a lot more broth, I got a feeling. Parsley for those. And then this is broth, sliced boiled lobster, parm. Apparently all the lobster gets parm for whatever reason. And that's it. So those are good. And then we're just going to take all that, throw it on the tray, and continue on. Just like that. How are we doing on lobster? We still got 8, so we're okay. Not a problem. Everything's good. How are we looking now? The salmon is apparently a very, very popular menu item. That is what I am learning here. So a few more. So lobster thermidor. A couple more salmon with mustard. So we're going to probably need more grilled salmon is what I am seeing here. All right, so salmon with mustard. So, all right, here we go. That's my lobster. And then we got salmon, all the broth. So much broth. And then this has got parm and parsley. That's good. And then just parsley. That's it. Okay. So looking at what we need back here now. I need 1. None of that's on the tray. So I need 1 parsley. I need probably 4 more things of broth is where we are. So let's do that. So we need 1 parsley. 4 boxes of broth. So let's do that. Just making sure we got plenty of broth always available. Because we're going through broth like mad. And I'm okay with that. So broth is all here. He will eventually take care of the parsley. I will let him do that. I will take care of the broth because that is my specialty. So I really wish you could just dump the broth right into the pot. Be nice if you could do that, but you've got to unfortunately take it like this and put it from the box into the pot. That's what we've got here. All right, and then start that up. Okay, that's going. Clear our boxes out. And again, it's nice that every dish they give you, every table they give you 5 minutes to get the table done. Because the timers do not start until the order comes to the back. All right, so there's that. Got more broth now. Our parsley, they set right there. How nice of them. And now what do we got? We've got a roasted herb salmon and 2 grilled salmon breads. That's all up here at our front station. So we got a couple of toast. We've got a grilled salmon times 2. Got a roasted salmon. And no shrimp. So far, we've been without shrimp. Lemon, parsley, lemon. That's it. Table or order number 5 done. Next is going to be a scampi and an herb. So 1 at the front station, 1 at the back station. So far, so good. It's all seemingly going fine for now. So this is my scampi. So my lobster with herb is back here. So we've got this lobster, parm, lemon, thyme. I'm going to need some more thyme. So we'll have to get some of that. And then here we've got roasted shrimp. Get on there. Lemon, parsley. That's it. Okay. That is good, right? That was all? That was it. So let's get some more thyme, because we're going to need it. So ingredients, thyme. Our prep person will gladly prep all of that, so we don't have to worry about it. And then that will just get dropped back there. Everything will be good. So next up, we've got a lobster thermidor and 2 roasted salmon. So my thermidor plate is there. Going to try and get that out there in the distance. It's not going to work. So there it is. And then we got a roasted herb salmon here. So let's take care of this while we're here. Going to need some more lemon as well. So let's get that while we're at it. And then we'll get the lobster thermidor. So we're going to go here. Ingredients, a lemon for our front station. And then we got lobster thermidor back here. The thyme goes with the thyme. That goes there. Here is... Oh, no! Please, once again, you're in my way. Once again, you always are in my way. Parsley. Done. Merge our lemons. Just like that. Okay, how are we doing on lobster? We got 5 left. Next order is a salmon and a crudo. So it's gonna be a bit before we have any more lobster. So we're okay right now. This is roasted and a crudo. Okay, not too much to worry about. So, still got 6 roasted. Assuming I grab one. Crudo. That's all set, and then that's good. Okay, nice and easy. Got plenty of parsley, still plenty of lemon, so we're doing good on everything up here. We could get some more sliced salmon, so let's do that, because we've only got 4 left there. So let's do that. Ingredients, sliced salmon. Buy one of those for up front. That will be good. I've got 2 roasted scampi and a roasted salmon. All right, he threw that right there. So trying to grab that, throw that there. All right, and then roasted scampi right there, and then 2 of those. So we'll probably need some more roasted salmon here pretty soon. Oh, it was too scampi. But these are all lemon and all parsley. So that never changes. Looking around, I can use some more parsley, so let's get some more parsley. Put that there. Probably will need some more salmon for roasted salmon, but we're going to hold off for now. I've got 4 left there. We have none on the board. Well, we got 1 here, but then none for a while after that, so we might be okay with that for a bit. There's my parsley, which will merge with that. So everything on the front is still good. Next, we've got 2 lobster with herb. So I've got, let's see, 2, 3, 5. We've leveled up. Yay! The final thing we can get is going to be crab, and that is it. So we got 2, 3, 5, 6. So I might as well go ahead and get 3 more boxes of lobster. Let's go ahead and do that. Ingredients, 3 more boxes of lobster. Again, he's not going to do anything with it, so I will have to do that myself. But for now, we're going to start with these. So let's see. Grilled salmon bread, that goes there because it's got 1 of those on it. Lemon with herb is back there. That's up here. Lemon with herb, or lobster with herb. Lemon with herb. Lobster with herb is here. More parm. A couple of lemon. Couple of thyme. That will take care of that. All right. And then these are my grilled salmon breads with more grilled salmon, which is still good. And this guy needs to get out of my way again. I know you're trying to be helpful. I know you are. You're not really, but you're trying. We need more lemon. And then I need to start making my lobster. So let's do that. More lemon. There. And then let's start prepping all of my lobster from outside. So these guys all go in. So that way we've got plenty of lobster available to us. All right, and that all starts. Throw these away. My lemons go here, so let's pick up the lemon. Is that, yep, we got the lemon. All right. And now what do you got? A thermidor and a shrimp toast. That's my thermidor plates. That goes there. And then shrimp toast is here. So thermidor is parm and parsley. We'll run that down. And then one shrimp toast. Still doing good on bread, so not a problem there. That's all set. Now we can start cutting up some of our lobster. While I've got a brief moment here, let's go ahead and start doing this. And let me grab my tray that has my lobster on it, set it over here, so that way I can minimize my movements to a certain extent. And I think that's all of them. Yeah, pot's empty. There's my lobster. What do we got now? A crudo. Sweet! Crudo is easy. I can do that. Got all the stuff we need for that. Boom, done. How many tables we're up to now? We're up to 18. How many are we going to have before it's over? I don't know. Right now we're on 18. Is there going to be a 19? Let's see. We have a 19 coming. We do. All right, so we're still going. All right, so salmon with mustard. This is all going to the back because we're somehow making mustard out of our broth. I have no idea how we did that. Last time I checked, we weren't doing anything to the broth to turn it into mustard, but it was turning into it somehow. So, oh no, it's only one, and then 2 lobster with herb. So there's salmon. Now that's a good looking piece of salmon right there, if I say so myself. And then parsley. It's the last thing there, and then that is parm, some lemon, and some thyme. And then this all runs up to the front, like so. I really wish that we had a serving tray that was like over there. That'd be nice, just so that way when we're prepping things on this back side, we have a place to put it that was close there. But what are you going to do? All right, next up, a thermidor and a crudo. We do have an order 20 coming. So this is my crudo, so this has to go to the back. All right, here we go. Some broth, some parm. I've got last of my parm there. We'll need some more at some point, but not right now. Parsley goes there, and then this was a crudo again. Lots of crudo today. People have been a big fan of the crudo. And I've got I've got 5 more orders of it coming up. Got 1 there. I've got 2 there. I've got 2 there. Man, people are just really, really fans of it. And we do have an order number 21, so we're still going. We're probably near the end of them, but we're not there yet. How many more lobster do we have? Let's see. I see 1, 3, 4. So yeah, lobster we're fine. I wonder how we're doing on shrimp. Let's see. We still got 6, so we still seem to be fine there. Everything seems like it's holding for now. Okay, more salmon. How are we doing on all of our things here? Let's see. 6, 5. Looking good. I mean, in the roasted salmon, we've got 1 roasted herb salmon there, so I think we got 2 there, so I think we're still okay. And that is the final table, 22. So there's nothing else that I think that we need to get. I think we have everything we need to get through the rest of the day. We might need more lemons, but aside from that, I think that like all the proteins, I think we're good. Oh, we got 4 things on this one. This is a 4-topper. So 2 crudos and 2 shrimp toast. Okay. And then this gets parsley and radish. Yeah, we need some more radish too. So let's put all that up there. So radish and lemon. Let's get that. Just to keep those trays pretty well full. Yeah, still got $3,000. So we're still doing good there. He is now running out to grab everything that we need. So there are my radishes. He's just going to throw them right on top. He's just like, there you go, boss. I'm just going to throw them right on top of all your stuff. I hope you don't care. There's nothing we can do about it. So it's just going to be what it is. There's the lobster soup. So I'm going to set that plate right there for now because I can't get it long distance. And then there's my roasted salmon plates. Lobster soup, which is the broth that we did not make out into mustard somehow. That goes there, a parm and a thyme. That can go there. We're going to need some more Parmesan, so we'll have to do that. These are my roasted salmon. Again, we have enough because these are our last orders of roasted salmon, I do believe. This is the end of it. So we need some Parmesan. That's all we need right now. It's just some Parm. So let's do that. Parmesan cheese. 1. Done. Good to go. And hopefully he'll drop that right about there. It'd be nice if he did. Probably won't, but it'd be nice if he did. 3 orders left. 3 orders left. Okay. No, of course not. He's going to throw it right here. It's just right there. It's like, why do you not see where we have the rest of it? He's like, no, I don't see a thing. I pay no attention to anything. Thermidor, plate. Shrimp, thermidor. Boiled shrimp, broiled shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. I think that's about it. All right, a couple more lobster, couple of broth, a couple of Parmesan, and a couple of parsley. That's it. And then that all goes there. Okay, cool. Is that's not actually on the tray because for whatever reason, sometimes they don't actually go on the tray. It's kind of a mystery as to why that happens. Shrimp, get there. Make it happen. And good there. 2 tables left. I've got a grilled salmon bread and a lobster thermidor and a salmon crudo and a lobster thermidor. The shrimp is good, so we can take the shrimp, put it away, because we do not need that. Why are you standing halfway in the refrigerator, Klaus? What are you doing, Klaus? Why are you halfway in the fridge? If you're cold, you should go all the way in the fridge. Maybe you're both hot and cold. I don't know. Hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down. Wrong when it's right, black when it's white. Fight, we break up because we make up. Yeah, I'm, again, a little bit tired. Let's see. Grilled salmon bread, lobster thermidor. What are we doing here? There, okay. Grilled salmon bread. There's that. And lemon. Okay. Lobster thermidor. And we've got a broth for that. A parm and a parsley. Okay. And then we've got one more lobster thermidor. So it's going to actually be the last of my lobster. We will have used up all of the lobster that we had ordered for the day, which is beautiful. We'll have no leftover lobster. That is good. That's my crudo plate. Even better that worked out like that. And thermidor right about here. That is that. Got all of our broth, not the thyme, parsley. Huh. That's it. 22 tables. That's about what we normally do. 22 tables, and that seems to be about where our max is. So all the stuff that needs to go on our front station, I'm going to throw in this fridge. And everything that would be on our back station is going to go into our cooling area, into our whatever that is back there, our cold storage room. That everything else is going to go back there. So that way I know everything here goes to the front station. There's that. And then all this goes into my cold storage because it's all for my lobster area things. And the only thing that we will need to get will be some lobster. And to that extent, I might as well go ahead and buy 6 boxes of lobster because I will need it. for our next time around. So let's do that. There's our broth. Actually, no, I won't worry about that. I'll just leave that for next time. So there's everything we got. Everything here is cleaned up. I did not leave any roasted shrimp or salmon or anything in the oven. I've got 4 fuel left in there, so I am going to need some more fuel. That'll be a next episode problem. But for now, we're pretty good. So the only thing we have left, now that we made it to level 15, we only have 2 recipes left, and they're both available to us. We have shrimp soup, and we have crab soup. The crab, I'm assuming, is going to work the same way as the lobster. You're going to probably have to broil the crab. You're going to have to boil the crab, I'm guessing, and then slice the crab, and then put it in the soup, along with some Parmesan and parsley. I'm guessing that's going to be what they're going to have us do. It would seem to make sense that they would do that. So 2 recipes remain. 1 more day remains here at our kitchen, again, until they come up with anything in the way of new recipes. So we will have 1 more day of fun here at our wonderful little coastal restaurant with all of the lobster thermidor pictures. That is going to be all for this one, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you really like this video, I'd love it if you consider giving the channel a subscribe. But until we meet again, thanks as always for being a part of all of my silliness. I'm Rusty Champagne, and we will see you later.